Good evening, everyone. This is David. If you can hear me and see my screen, if you can just type where you're from in the questions box, please. Okay. Okay, Robin's from Wisconsin. Okay, so you can see my screen and hear me fine, obviously. All right, we'll get started here in a little bit. John's from Wisconsin too. Oh, he's across the street. I was in Wisconsin in 2003 for the Harley Davidson 100th year anniversary. I rode my Harley from Fort Lauderdale, Florida to Milwaukee. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and mute myself. We'll get started here in about 5 or so minutes. Hey, good evening, everyone. This is David. We're going to get started here in a few minutes. For the people that just signed in, if you can hear me and see my screen, type in the questions box where you are from. We have a very exciting webinar this evening to show you. Aaron from Austin, Texas. All right, we have a bunch of people starting to log in. We're going to give it 2 minutes or so, and then we'll get started. All right, so we are going to get started here. Can everybody see my screen and hear my voice? If you can, just type where you're from in the questions box, and we're going to get started. All right. Right. So before, what the? One second. Oh, well, no wonder why. All right. All right. Irene from San Francisco. Robin still in Wisconsin. All right. So I'm going to do a little poll here because I'd like to know uh, a little bit about my audience. So how many years have you been trading? Okay, so everybody voting. All right, so it looks like most people 3 to 6 years. Okay, now let me ask you, are you consistent and profitable as you want to be? Okay, so most of you are saying no, you're not. Well, we can change that. We can definitely change that. All right, and let's see, the next one, there's only a couple questions. All right, so if I could show you when not to trade, would you be interested? I guess I need to take this one out. This is kind of not really. All right, so everybody is pretty much saying yes. And if I could show you how to be more consistent, would that interest you? Okay, so pretty much everybody is saying yes. So, and one last question, has anybody seen the money flow tracker software before? Okay, so basically some have and some haven't. It's about 50-50. Okay. All right, so we're going to get started here. I want to try to keep it within an hour, so I might go a little quick until we get to the good stuff. All right. So this is the team at Right Line Trading. My name is David Kushner. And I'm doing a presentation this evening on the money flow tracker software. That's me up here in the top right-hand corner. David Wise in the bottom right-hand corner. He runs one room. Craig runs another room. Mark Miller is the owner of Right Line Trading. We have Mark Sachs, Rory. Sergio is our chief programmer. Charles is for support, and Brock down here is also for support. All right, so basically we're doing our disclaimer. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. This is neither a solicitation or offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on this webinar. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Everything we talk about this evening is for educational purposes only. I'm not giving any buy or sell hold, anything like that. Okay, so who am I? My name is David Kushner. No, I am not related to ex-President Trump's son-in-law. I wish I was, but I'm not. Anyways, so I've been trading the markets for over 20 plus years. I've traded stocks, options. I still trade stocks, options, futures, and I traded Forex for over 12 years. My background was I started my own automotive parts business when I was 18 years old, and I had that business for over 28 years before I sold it in 2005, and since then I've been trading full time. Right? So like most of you, myself, have a whole shelf full of or a hard drive full of indicators, trading systems that came with a lot of empty promises of helping you become more profitable and more consistent trader. So how many of you have a whole bunch of systems that you're no longer using that are either in a hard drive somewhere or you just don't use them anymore? I bet you a lot. So I saw a webinar that Mark Sachs did, and on the money flow tracker software. And then when I saw the webinar, I was quickly realized that his methodology isn't based around the same old indicators that everybody teaches, but more based on mathematical modeling and triple and quadruple screen analysis. So now I only trade with institutional money flow, and it has made me much profitable and much more consistent trader. And now I am running over a 70% win-loss rate. Now, I was a successful trader before, but I wasn't as consistent as I wanted to be, right? So, so if you're looking for a way to stay on top of the markets and keep out of bad choppy markets, the money flow tracker is the money flow tracker, not tractor, is the perfect solution for you. The money flow tracker provides you with institutional level order flow analysis that is easy to understand. And with the money flow tracker, you can make more informed decisions about your trades and manage your trades more effectively. So here at Right Line Trading, we believe that transparency is essential to building strong relationships with our clients. That's why we provide comprehensive information about our trading performance, as well as detailed insights to our strategies and methodologies. So our commitment is total transparency, And this allows our clients to make more informed decisions and feel confident in their investment. Investing with right line trading is the power of transparency. So this is what we're going to talk about this evening. First, I trade 6 prop accounts, okay? So in this webinar, I'm going to show you how to pass the evaluations and become a funded trader, how the money flow tracker software works, the high probability setups, the unbreakable rules that follow. And when I say unbreakable, I mean unbreakable, and how I trade breakouts and we sidestep a lot of losing trades. Actually, we had 3 trades today that we sidestepped losing trades. Okay, so for those that stay around to the end of the presentation, we have a very special discount with a lot of incredible software as part of a software package that we put together. So what do you need to create a trading success? Well, first of all, you need software to provide you with a competitive edge over all other traders, right? Second thing is you need that edge to track the direction of money flow. And when I say money flow, I'm always talking about institutional money flow. All right, not retail trading, institutional money flow. You need etched in stone rules to follow. Why? Because this eliminates discretion. So, and the fourth thing, which I think is the most important thing, is patience. Patience and discipline to let the trades set up. You know, this week has been extremely tough to trade, but we've been patient. And you know what? Today I was down, and then I caught a trade like towards the end of my trading day, and I ended up for the day. So that's patience. You have to have patience. All right. So let me show you trades that I've been taking, right? Here's a couple option trades, AMC, GME, cost at Fastly. Here's a bond trade that I took. This is 41 ticks at 31.25 a tick. It's $1,281 per contract, right? And just taking the setup when it presents. Here's another trade, 56 ticks on the euro, right? So it's likely you have a problem making money. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be here, right? So why do you have a problem making money? You don't have the proper tools to efficiently manage your trades. You overtrade. This is big. You revenge trade. That's even bigger. And you make impulsive decisions. That's even worse. Okay, you lack consistency. You trade with indicators that lag price. You lack mathematical proven trade methodology. And all these things leads to blowing up trading accounts, right? So my commitment to you is to bring this to an end. This evening, done. We're going to bring all this to an end. Okay, let's keep going. So why did 95 to 98% of traders go broke? Why do 95 to 98% of retail traders go broke? Because they trade price action, MACD, Elliott wave, divergence signals, price patterns, Fibonacci's. None of these things have any future predictive properties. I'm not saying that our software has future predictive properties, but none of these have. Our software has high probability setups, right? So Mark Sachs was the original owner of Right Line Trading. He developed the software with Sergio. Mark has over 15 years in the field of applied mathematics. He's done work for the US Navy, for the US Army, a bunch of huge corporations on mathematical modeling. And his expertise in mathematics and mathematical modeling allowed him to engineer this software that can radically change your trading performance and grow your trading account. So it's like you've probably never seen software like this before. Why? Because it's totally unique. And we have over 500 traders between the 3 trade rooms that we trade with shoulder to shoulder every day. So what do the markets consist of? The market consists of many small retail traders plus 1 or more institutional trader, right? So the retail traders are the little marbles, and the big purple ball is the institutional trader. Who do you think is moving the market? Not these retail traders, not at all. If they're not moving the market, why would you want to trade with them? Okay, you want to trade when the big fish is moving. All right, so let's get into the money flow tracker software. So the money flow tracker software has 3 key metrics that determine money flow. The first thing, triple screen assessment of order flow. The second thing, triple screen assessment of correlative markets using our neural network, which is now called artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, neural networks were around way before artificial intelligence. And triple screen assessment of the LIQUIDITY for momentum. So when I say triple screen assessments, I'm talking about, and I like to keep things very simple, 3 time frame buy or 3 time frame sell. So we have to have 3 time frames in alignment in order to take a trade, because we're trend traders. We don't trade ranges, we don't trade chop, and we'll get into the chop thing a little bit later. So basically, you just take your trading chart and you multiply it by 3, and then you multiply the next by 3. We trade Unirenko bars, so we use range bars as our higher time frames. So triple screen assessment of order flow is the first most powerful force that moves price. Why? Because if you don't have order flow, you have no movement, right? You open the tap in your sink and you have no water coming out, you have no movement. So we need order flow. So when I say order flow, most people think of these type of candles with all these numbers inside on the right, inside on the left, on the top, on the bottom, on the sides. It is totally, virtually, almost impossible for you to make high heads or tails of these numbers and make good trading decisions based off of them. It just isn't there, right? But we came up with a better way and an easier way to determine order flow. So when I say triple screen assessment of order flow, I want to see on the higher time frame order flow going down, and when I mean down, going bearish, on the mid time frame bearish, and on your trading time frame in the same direction. If you guys have any questions, just put them in the questions box and we will answer every single one of them. Okay? Okay, so what we do is we look at the delta of each candle, right? And the 2 higher time frame candles charts, right? And that's how we come up with our order flow. Now, we're using a 15 period SMA, right? But it's not a standard SMA. It's got an algorithm built into it and some other things, right? So let me show you what the chart looks like with the order flow candles. Okay, so the outline of the candle means, and I'm going to use a simple term just like I did before, a green outline means you have more buyers than sellers. A red outline candle means you have sellers in this candle, but in this case, the buyers were able to push it a little bit higher, and then the sellers came in, but they couldn't keep it down, and then it went up. All right, so that is what the candles look like. The next thing is the triple screen assessment of the LIQUIDITY, which is for momentum, right? So when we have, and I have to show you, let's see if I can pull up this chart here. NQ, yeah, I could use this chart here, right? Let me, where did it go? Let me pull it up again, NQ. All right. So you see inside the candles, there are wicks inside the candles. Now I restarted my NinjaTrader at 4:30, so there won't be wicks in the candles. Once you shut down NinjaTrader and restart it, the wicks go away, and then they're only formed again in live candles. So these are, and we're the only one that has this, right? This is the pullback. This is the price inside a Renko bar, because you don't know where price is in the Renko bar until it completes and forms another bar, either on the downside or the upside. But we have these wicks inside these bars. And when these wicks are equal to the bottom of the previous bar, like this one here, and obviously the markets are closed, but when the markets are moving, you'll see, like, look over here on the left. You had a quick pop here because you had a small wick that didn't close below the high of the previous bar, right? This one here came down a little bit, but then it went up and closed, right? So we have the wicks. The wicks show us acceleration or momentum, right? All right. So then we developed the modified Laguerre. And the modified Laguerre is taking all these indicators, and what we did, we took the values of all these indicators, we added an algorithm to it, and we developed the modified Laguerre, which is on the bottom with this green and red band on it. Oh, I went one too quick. So the modified Laguerre is an oscillator, but it doesn't show divergence. It shows the strength of the trend. Okay, so when your higher time frame and your mid time frame and your trading time frame are all in alignment, you know, what it does is it takes the percent slope Ks and it puts it in that indicator, this modified Laguerre. So most of our indicators are displayed with these colored bands. So the modified Laguerre, when it crosses below 20, this will turn red. Okay, when it crosses above 20 and is sloping up, it'll be lime green. When it crosses 80, it'll be dark green, and when it crosses below 80 and is sloping down, it will be orange. Now this turned around and started sloping up, so it turned lime green. Okay, but the way we trade it is we want it to be either pinned at 100 or pinned at 0, so we get our acceleration dots. Okay, does everybody hear me? Everybody understand? If you have any questions, just type them in and I'll be more than glad to answer them. All right. Now we're going to talk about our quant lines and our AI or neural network, and that's the third most powerful force that moves the market. So the quant lines are, what it's doing is it's taking 28 market components and they're examined by our AI system for correlation. Okay, so what do they mean by correlation? Well, here's the euro currency is going up. Well, don't you think that if the Great British Pound and the Japanese yen and the Australian dollar are all going up at the same time, do you think that would be very powerful? Just like if the ES is going up, wouldn't you want to see the NQ to YM and an RTY going up too? That is, you know, the old saying of rising tide floats all boats. Well, this is super powerful, having correlation and being able to look at them on our charts to be able to know when you have correlation. So then we took it a step further and we said, you know what, instead of a triple screen assessment, let's look at quadruple screen assessment. Okay, adding another time frame to give us higher probability trades. So what we do is we just take and multiply 18 times 3, and that would be our fourth time frame. 1 second. So putting it together is a lot easier than you think. But let me just see something really quick. I don't know if I skipped the slide or not. All right, well, that's fine. All right, so, okay, swap that. Move this over here. Okay, so before I get into this, I want to share with you my trade results. These are my personal trade results. I use a program called HYPOTHETICAL. It's an online trade journal, 2023. What I do every day is I do a trade performance report. I download all the trades. Right here, I go import. I click here. I download my Excel file with all my trades in it into this program every single day. Okay, so let me go here. We don't look at anything weekly, okay? And weekly, this isn't right, because if you looked at the week, we didn't have the losing thing. But anyways, so overall, we're running a 73% win rate, right? Today, we did $1,002. But if you look at this, you look at our equity curve. That's our equity curve. This is we're running a profit factor of 2.12, which basically 2 to 1, right? But look at our monthly reports for this year. In January, we made 83.29. In February, we made almost 4,100. In March, we made 9,900. In April, we made 6,000. In May, we made 5,100. June, 9,000. July, 8,900. August, 18,000. And 6,000 of that was one day, one trading day, right here. This week, one trading day. And this month has been slow. We're at 38.89, right? But if you look at this, and this is what I mean about being patient, okay? Let's just do August and before it goes there, full months. We didn't trade 1, 2, 3, 4 days in August. We didn't trade, I'm not going to count July 4th. The 3rd is 1 day, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These days I was away. 7 days. 7 days we did not trade in July, and we still did in July almost $9,000, right? And we didn't trade 7 days. I was away from the 11th to the 17th. So, but we still didn't trade, and we still had a great month. June, we didn't trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. What did we do in June? 9,000. Get it? I'll show you in, here is March, right? We didn't trade 3 days in a row. Why? Because we didn't have setups. Okay? We stick to our rules. Okay? We don't break the rules. We only trade when we have setups, period. If we have no setups that meet the rules, we don't trade, period. And that's what I teach in my room, and that's why we have a lot of successful people that came into the room that weren't successful, but over the last few months, even with these crazy choppy markets, they are making money. Okay, so putting it all together is easier than you think. So the money flow tracker system, here are the rules and here are the setups. It's really super easy, right? And the thing that I like about this, I'll show you. Colored background, either dark pink or green, right? Colored background gives you 3 time frames in agreement. So you have 3 time frames in agreement. The C2 brings in that fourth time frame. It's displayed with this stair-stepping line on top of the candles. Right? Third thing, we have the solid line, which is our trend line, and then we have the 15, which is the dot dash line. So the trend line has to be above the dot dash line going up and below going down, right? I think, whatever. Anyway, these dashed lines and some other lines on the charts are our pivots or our higher time frame support and resistance areas. Okay, so when we clear a pivot, we have to clear a pivot. 3/4 of the body of the candle have to clear a pivot, and then we have to have a pullback candle. Why do we have to have a pullback candle? I'm being asked. Well, I'll show you. All right. The fifth thing, the quants. The top one is the short-term quant, the bottom is the long-term quant. We need them both to be either red or green. Easy enough, right? The multiple time frame Laguerre, we need to be either red or green. Easy, right? All red, all green. Boom. The modified Laguerre, which is on the bottom, we need to be at pin to 100, so we get these acceleration dots. Right? And that's it. So this trade here, I'm counting this as a pullback candle and exited when the 15 changes color. This will keep you in the trade longer because here we had a down candle and an up candle and the 15 did not change color. So it kept you in the trade. And this went up 63 ticks, right? 63 ticks, $630 per contract. Okay, so the money flow tracker software gives you clear and exact entry prices, clear and exact exit prices, and we have all the ATMs set up with pre-configured targets. So I'm going to show you how I trade breakouts with the money flow tracker software, and I call it the pullback and go strategy. So let me get my pen here. Okay. So this is what we're looking for. What are we looking for? Dark pink background. C2 indicator, stair-stepping line going down. The 15 above the trend line. Right here, the dot dash line is a pivot. And then below it, the shaded area is higher time frame support. Following me? So what we're looking for is a break of the pivot by 3/4 of a candle and then a pullback candle to get in. So as this candle pulls back about halfway, right, about halfway through the candle, that's when we click on our, we call it the NDT, it's our order execution platform, to sell on down close. And it places an order 1 tick below the candle, right? So why do I do this? Right? I'm asked this all the time. Why do you have to wait for a pullback candle? Can't you just take it short? I say no. Why? Because what happens if this candle is going up, you place your order as it's about halfway up the candle, right? What if this goes completely up this way? Did you get filled? No. This was a head fake, a false breakout. Okay? We need that pullback candle. Otherwise, how do we know if it is or it isn't? Right? So let me erase this drawings. You have no idea how many trades that we sidestep on false breakouts or stop runs or whatever you want to call it. All right, so here's a perfect example. Break by 3/4 candle, place the order, and up it goes. Here's another one on crude oil. Broke the pivot by 3/4 candle, place the order, and up it goes. Here's 2 on the Canadian dollar. Here's a trade. This wasn't a pullback and go on gold. This was a trade that I took, I don't remember how long. It had to be because we were in March's contract, so I think it was around March, right? we broke the pivot. I missed this pullback candle because it was so fast. I waited, I got on this pullback candle. It pulled back half the way. I placed my order, sell on down close at 80.49. I took 10 ticks my first target. My stop goes to break even. Exited on line change. This was 55 ticks. Actually, this was more because it was 55 ticks for the second contract and $110 and 10 ticks for the first, which is 100. So this is, I need to change this. This is $650 times, I trade 6 accounts. This trade was 650 times 6. That trade was 3,900 bucks. And you know how long this trade lasted? Not even 2 minutes. From about 9:37 to about 9:38. It was just one of those days that we caught this trade. You know, the whole idea about the pullback and go strategy is that you want to look for that pullback, right? And then once that pullback continues on down, like a slingshot, you want to see immediate. You don't want to see another pullback candle, another pullback candle, another pullback candle. You want to see it go. If it doesn't go, then there's something wrong. All right. So let's see. Let me, what size Renko bars? We use different bars for different markets. Not sure the answer to the question. I mean, personal, how many which may need to be in your account? I trade with Apex Trader Funding. It's a prop account. I have $50,000 accounts. I find that's the best way to trade. Why risk my money? Okay, even though once you pass and you build your account up, it's still your money. But why? I don't have to worry about margins. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Okay, so that's the reason why, Rolf, that I trade that. So this is the money flow tracker software. We have an auto trader. Now we only trade the auto trader on MNQ. Why? Because we're using a 24 tick Renko bar. That's a big bar. And we're using it on MNQ because we are using, I think our stops are 160, 150 tick stops. But look at these trades, 704 ticks, 665 ticks, 1,016 ticks, 792 ticks. Let me show you a trade that I was in on the auto trader right here, and I reached my first profit target, and I said, you know what? This thing is really going. I need to take a recording of this, right? So I recorded it. I hit my first profit target, as you can see, 80 ticks, right? And I'm just going to go forward, right? Fast forward, right? So it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. I'm moving my stop to protect my profit. I don't want my drawdown to bother me. And then all of a sudden it got to being where up on the top we have what we call the MA diff, which is at 400 and something. So I stayed with it. I said, you know what, if I get that taken out here, I'm fine. And then it went higher. And then finally I got stopped out with this trade here. Oh man, I think, let me go back here. So we got stopped out with roughly 570 ticks, roughly, give or take, 570 ticks. And that's with the auto trader. And the auto trader will not trade into pivots, will not trade into higher time frame support. It will take a trade once 3/4 of the candle clear it. And it has enough room. It has enough room to the next area to take a profit target. So this took it down here, right? And we hit our first profit target here and we just let it run. So where are you going to make 570 ticks like that and not do anything? Okay,
So those were the equity curves on the Auto Trader for 2021 and 2022. So now I'm going to go into how to pass the evaluations, and I'm going to go a little quick. All right. How do you pass the evaluations? You don't focus on the carrot. You don't focus on the carrot. You focus on the process. Okay. Everybody's worried about, oh, I need to make 3,000 by the end of the month or I have to pay. Don't worry about that. All that does is creates a lot of stress. So remember, some companies call it challenges, some companies call it evaluation accounts. They're really designed to make you fail because of the parameters that they put in place. Like how many days, how many trading days to pass, the trailing drawdown, this is the biggest one, right? And what does all this cause you? Causes sloppy trading, revenge trading, impulse trading, right? Remember, they're always running special deals like Apex Trader Funding and Blue Knot. They're running 80% off lifetime of your evaluation accounts. So it's 30 something bucks to get an account, right? Don't let them say to you, well, I have to pass. I only have 4 more days left until I have to renew my account, right? That's not the way to approach it. The way to approach it is trade well. So this is the trader's death spiral. And tell me if this doesn't ring any bells with a lot of you, because it rang a lot of bells with me when I first saw it, and that's why I wanted to share it. All right, so you get a new strategy, what looks promising, right? Your first thing, you have some initial success, you believe the system would make you a profitable trader, and boom, bam, slap you right upside the head, you run into a losing streak. Everybody runs into losing streaks, right? But what do people do? Well, let's change the strategy. Maybe we can change the rules and get better results and avoid some losers. Okay, well, let's do that. And then next thing happens, you continue trading, expecting better results, and boom, again, you get kicked upside the head, right? This is not the way to become a successful trader. And then all of a sudden you start all over again, looking for a new strategy, the next shiny object. Tell me this doesn't ring bells with a lot of you. I'll admit it, it rung bells with me because this was exactly what I did for a long time until I came across the money flow tracker system, and that's what I've been trading with ever since, right? So I would recommend you to start off with 1% risk. And then after building your account, increase it to 2% risk, right? Trade with the house's money, So here's my process. So most people think that, oh, I got a 50K account. All right, I'm trading a 50K account. My drawdown is 2,500. Wrong. You're trading a $2,500 account. You're not trading a 50K account. You're trading a $2,500 account, right? So in this process, I'm trading 10% of my maximum drawdown. And why is that? Because my win rate allows me to do that. And I'll show that to you on the next slide. So you're really not trading, and this is what people have to get through their head. You're not trading a 50K, a 100K, a 200K, a 300K account. You're trading the drawdown at first. That's what the account you're trading. All right. So why is this? Because the win rate, okay? We're running 2-to-1, right? So if we're trading 2-to-1, we only need to be right 33% of the time to be a profitable trader, right? So if you're at 2-to-1 and you're only winning 20 or 30% of the time, you're not a profitable trader. We're winning over 60% of the time. So we're a profitable trader whether we're trading 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 5-to-1. Okay, so you have to be able to look at your trades and say, is this trade going to, if I am taking this trade and I have a pivot above me, is my risk going to equal my, am I going to get at least a 1-to-1? And if the answer is no, then don't take the trade. All right, so rather than avoid risk, take intelligent risks. It will give you that competitive edge. I like the little mouse guy with the helmet on. He's not going to get smacked in the head for taking that cheese. This is his competitive edge, the helmet. I used to ride motorcycles and I always wore a helmet. And all my friends, I live in Florida, so there's no helmet law. And all my friends rode without helmets. And I said, you know what? When your head smacks the ground, you'll wish you had a helmet. Anyways, so after everything I've shown you, all right, I'm going to tell you that this is the most powerful software and trading methodology available to the small retail trader, right? It gives you trading success, which equals financial freedom, which equals no financial pressure. You can work from home. You have no boss. You have no commute. You could trade in your underwear if you wanted to. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So how great would it be if you could master trading with the Money Flow Tracker software and achieve financial independence? All you need to do is master the setups and be patient. So now we're going to get into this part. You have two choices. You could do nothing and continue on your current path. From the poll in the beginning, I would imagine that most of you are having trouble making money. So you could take action today and join the thousands of traders who work 4± hours a day from home and have no boss and no financial freedom. Now, I trade in the morning. If I take my first trade before 9 o'clock and I've made my goal for the day, I quit trading for the day. I go to sim. That's just my trade plan. All right, so the Money Flow Tracker system. The benefits and features. Easy to learn. You get all the workspaces, perfect for beginners. Sometimes I wish I was a beginner. Perfect for any account size. And you can trade futures, forex, stocks, and options. So Jim, you don't need to buy it. If you sign up for an account with Apex Trader Funding or one of the other ones, and besides, if you're going to sign up for one for Apex Trader Funding, I would suggest that you do it this evening and use coupon code SAVE80 because you'll get an account for 80% off lifetime of that evaluation account until you pass. Okay, I'm just telling you, giving you a heads up. They've been running a special. It's over tonight at midnight. So anyways, getting back here. The first 10 traders to come aboard, we have some additional software and more. So before I get started here, let me go ahead and put a link in the questions box. Let me do trading rate line. And let's see, Money Flow Tracker. Okay. So, because Rory forgot to. Okay, so in the questions box, I put a link, and here's the questions box, the chat box, not the question. Here's the link here in the chat box. Okay. All right. So this is what you're gonna get. Save 80. Save 80. Okay. So you're gonna get, as part of your software package this evening, you will get the market analyzer. Here is my market analyzer. So we trade, like ES, we trade on a 248. CL, we trade on a 2510. We stopped trading 6E. Now we're trading NG 11-23. Natural gas, we trade on a 2510, and so on. So when we look at NQ, we trade that on an 820/40. So when we're looking here, if it says flat, we don't even look at it. So all the indexes are, everything's flat right now because it's in the evening. right? So you'll get the market scanner at $999 value as part of the special package. You'll get the NDT. So this is our trade execution platform. You put your ATM here, you have your account here, and as that candle is pulling back halfway, you either would click on sell on down close or buy on up close. So you will get this. This is a $1,500 value. Your orders get filled faster with the NDT than if you were to trade it through Ninja, right? You get the Masterclass series of futures, forex, stocks, and options, and these are really good series. I've watched them. Rolf, the trade, yes, we have a trading room. I do the trading room every single morning. Okay. You'll get 1 month free access to my trading room. Okay. So here's the offer that we're doing. And this is going to be the last time we're doing this offer because prices are going up like everything else. So this is what you're going to get. You're going to get the money flow tracker software, right? Normally it's $16.97. We're giving a coupon code for 500 off is $11.97. Okay, $11.97 or $2.95 a month. And for the first 10 people that sign up this evening, and this usually goes pretty quick, we're going to give you the auto trade, the money flow tracker MNQ auto trader, which is a $29.97 value. The NDT, which I showed you, is a $1,500 value. The market scanner is $997. The trading room is $127 a month. All the tutorials and stuff are a value of $19.97, and you're going to get your software installed by Charles and coached by me. Okay, so you're going to get all of this for $100 a month. How many people lost $100 this week? Be honest. Nobody's not gonna say your name or anything, but how many people have lost over $100 this week? Not you, Robin? Okay, well, a lot of people are saying that. So let me ask you a question, right? My commitment to you is that when you subscribe to the Money Flow Tracker software is to help you become a successful trader. Remember, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. Again, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. You're just not using the right tools to be successful. It's like trying to pound a nail with a screwdriver. The Money Flow Tracker software is totally unique and will give you that edge to trade with the institutions and institutional order flow. So here's my commitment to you is to teach you not just about how to read the setups. Look, reading the setups is easy. I can teach a 5-year-old how to read the setups. But trading is 10% setups, 90% mental. So so my commitment to you is not to just teach you the setups, but also help you develop that mental mindset you must have in order to achieve financial independence and to be a successful trader. Okay, so let's see. So again, if you would like to sign up, the link is in the chat box. Let me answer a couple of these questions here. If I sign up, can I delay the room for a month currently in Dave White's room? Sure, you can either delay that or you can just come into our room and have Rory switch you. Robin says I should require that we pledge 5 or 10% of our profits for the first year. Skip, I guess another word I lost. So, you're at 1,100 evaluation counts. You need the money flow tracker, Skip. I'm telling you. I use the Dominator signals, but I don't trade them. Okay, I don't trade them. They're on my charts, but I don't trade them. All right. So here's, if you would like to talk to me or Rory, um, then I would encourage you, because let me see, let me ask him how many of these, let me see. Okay, so we have 4 left. We have 4 left. Okay, so if you want to put your name, look, some people don't like to buy, online. They want to talk to somebody first. If you put your name and your phone number in the questions box, I will give you a call, or Rory will give you a call after the webinar, or if you prefer, in the morning. Okay, so it's a well-known fact that 95 to 98% of day traders and swing traders are losing money. They're just taking their money and they're flushing it down the toilet, right? But not our traders. Our traders are making money. No, so just think about it. Retail traders are flushing their money down the toilet. And, we're using a toilet as an example because people say, oh, you might as well just flush your money down the toilet or give it to me, right? So, but here's the institutional guy, right? This is the institutional guy. He's not letting that money go down into the sewer. He's grabbing that money and taking it out. And this is what we do. We follow this guy. We trade with institutional money flow, order flow. Right? That's what we do, and that's why we're so successful. Jim, do you have the software? Jim, oh, okay, maybe it was another Jim. Okay. Yeah, we can give you a call in the morning. Also, Jonathan, we can both give you a call in the morning, no problem. Okay, so look, this is what you're getting it's $100 a month. You're going to get 1 month of my trade room, so take 127 off. That is less than $100 a month, and you're going to get the auto trader. You're going to get the NDT. You're going to get the market scanner. You're going to get the live trade room. You're going to get all the training tutorials and your software installed and coached by me. How much cheaper can we make it? That's why we are going to be raising our prices next month. This would be the last webinar that I am doing for $11.97 for the year or $2.95 for a month. So if you're on the fence and if you think I'm kidding that we're raising prices, attend the next webinar, because we are. And because costs are going up every place. So if you're interested, if you haven't already purchased the software through the link, this link right here, you would go down here, buy now. You would go down here, annual, add it to cart. In here, you would go down to the bottom, add your coupon code. It's save $500, apply the coupon. It doesn't show up until you do checkout, and then you'll see the $500 would be taken off, but I'm not putting in my information, but the $500 is taken off in the cart. If you want a combo with the Dominator, Jim, I'm going to have Rory call you in the morning because I'll be in the room. So Rory will definitely give you a call in the morning, and you can talk to him about that. I'm sure he'll do something for you. Okay. So really less than $100 a month. Here's the thing, that this particular woman, this is a whole, man, we must have 30 freaking videos on this reel, right? And this woman didn't know anything about trading, nothing, right? Mark taught her things. Mark took him under her wing, said to her, these are the rules. When you see this, push this button. When you see this, push this button. Now she's a 6-figure trader, And just like me and everybody in the room, she doesn't trade every day either. Here are some other testimonials. I put this in here because, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is a guy in my trading room that came to me, and he said to me, he was in a webinar, and I called him and he said, listen, I am the world's worst trader. I've been losing money trading for a long time, and I'm really thinking about quitting. I saw your webinar, and I said to him, David, don't worry, I am going to help you. So he started in my room. I started in David's room and learning his methodology. More important, his rules for trading. We only take trades on specific setups. When we follow the rules, we have success around 70%. I now have 7 Apex funded and 7 accounts at Blue Knox. This is a guy that came to me, and within 2 months, he said, I can't believe I'm successful. Am I dreaming? I said, David, you have 7 accounts. So how could you be dreaming? You know? Anyways, so he said to me, he goes, look, the money flow tracker software, along with my methodology rules, allows me to act like a robot and eliminate any guesswork or emotions from my trading. We use the NDT, which allows us a single push button to enter trade when it's seen. So every day it's simple. C setup, push button, C setup, push button, C setup, push button. All right. So, and then he uploaded his trades. This was last month, and he did, in 9 trading days, he did $9,000. Right. And August, he's okay. But, you know, this was a person that came to me and said, hey, I am the world's worst trader. I need help. Can you help me? And within 2 months, he was already had 7 funded accounts. Okay, so Jim, yes, there is a version for TOS also. The room rough is from 9 to about 12, 11:30, depending on the market. Right? So again, $11.97 or $2.95 a month. And Rory said that anybody that signs up Eastern time, yes, that signs up even after the 10 people, the first 10 that we've already gone over, he will still give you all the extra bonuses. Just I think that was pretty cool to do. If you're here and you're taking your time to listen to us, we're not going to kick you out. We're not going to not give you these bonuses because as you saw in this video that I showed you earlier, 570 ticks. Okay. Did I say that again? I'm trading 4 micros. I take 2 off. That's 80 ticks. That's $160. 570 plus 160 is $730 in this trade, just trading micros on MNQ. And this trade was from about 9:52 till around 11:30, and we just let it run. So the auto trader, I have people that just trade with the auto trader. They have jobs, they still work, they love the auto trader. They just bought the whole system, so when they're able to quit their jobs, they have it. But the auto trader, they're making themselves some nice profits. Sure, Skip. Skip, you know what? I don't think you're the worst trader. Okay. I can help you. That's not a problem. I will be more than happy to help you. I will actually take you under my wing like David. And it's not that hard. Believe me, it's not that hard, you know? But I'm just going to tell you one thing. All right, here is, where am I chart? CL, where's my CL chart? Okay, here's a CL chart, right? All morning, right? Let's see, this was in the morning, right? Nothing. Then we had a little bit, maybe had something, but we had a flat trend line. We didn't have the quants, right? So we had nothing in this colored background. This one here, we sidestepped this trade this morning, right? Because we had a setup, we waited for the pullback candle, we placed our order to buy on up close, it closed down, and as soon as it closed it down, the order got canceled automatically. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, right? Nothing here, right? So we waited and we waited. Here, this was again, this was another trade that we sidestepped the losing trade because we waited for the pullback candle. So nothing here, and we waited and we waited and we waited and we waited. And finally, right, I got this trade, right? When was this? This was today. So we entered here and this was not moving, so we took a small little loss, about 4 ticks, right? We were getting a pullback candle. We were already in the trade from here on this pullback candle, and then we got a down close candle. And from my research that I've done, normally when we get a down close candle or an up close reversal candle, we get a bunch of other reversal candles in that same direction. So I jumped out of the trade with a small loss. And then we just went on the morning and we were just patient, no C2s here, got a C2 here, we got the cross, right? I entered this trade at, what was this at? 93.64. We took our first target at 74 and we took our second target at 76. Okay, and that was the only trade on CL today. We only had 2 trades. But, and I'm going to show you my desktop here because I think it is important. Okay, so let me go back here. Put this up here. Let me see. Display setting. I don't want to do that yet. Oh, there we go. So this is my trading desktop, right? So we watch NQ, RTY. We've been watching 6E, but it moves like a freaking snail. And so we switched to NG today. We didn't have any setups on NQ, RTY at all, right? And we're patient. We're patient and we wait and we wait and we wait. And did I say that we wait? But, you know, it's like this. If you don't have any setups, oh, I did take a trade here on NQ because this was a setup and this was the pullback candle, right? And I ended up closing it pretty much at break even because it wasn't moving. It just kept bouncing and bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. And we were losing the short-term quant. So I exited at break even and made a few ticks. That's about it. Nothing great. But we didn't have any setups. That was the only setup on NQ the whole morning. So this is one thing that I didn't mention about the software. The software will keep you out of non-trending choppy markets. All right. Why, do you ask? Because the software is designed to trade with strong trends, right? To trade with strong trends. We're trend traders. We need trends to trade. And if the markets are going sideways, like the reason why we didn't have any trades on NQ is because if you look at the minute charts, all morning, we start off with a 30-minute chart. If you look at the minute charts, right, this was after we were done trading, right? But if you look at the minute charts, it was just chopping around. Then we had that little quick move down and right back up. As fast as it went down, it went right back up. And then what did it do? It ran stops up here. And it ended up right back in the middle of the range where it started for the day. So we mark up our charts every day. where stop run areas and supply demand zones are. But you know what? I can teach all this in the room. I am so passionate about trading. I can talk hours and hours and hours about this. But the thing is that you need to get the software. You need to come into the room. Just like Skip is, you know what? I can help anybody here in the room become successful. But you have to be patient. And that's the key, is being patient, trading and waiting for setups. And we are days we don't take any trades, like I showed you, and we still do great. And why do we do great not taking trades? Because if you think about it, these days that we didn't trade would have been losing days because the markets were choppy, range bound, and no trends. So I could almost guarantee you that a lot of these days would have been losing days, right? And then we wouldn't be running a 73% win rate, right? So it's better if this is how you know when not to trade, okay? The software will not give you setups if you do not have a trend. And if you're in a range, depending on the side of the range, it won't let you trade in that range, because by the time you get 4 time frames that turn from bullish to bearish, you'll be at the bottom of the range and you can't take the trade. So again, I'm going to ask you one more time. If you're interested in the software and you would like to talk with either myself or Rory, put your name and phone number in the questions box and we will call you. You know, I'm letting you know that prices are going up, and I don't want to see anybody miss out on the price that we're giving. I don't want to see anybody miss out on 1197 for the whole year. So, or you can call us 786-732-4656. You can call us in the morning. You can go to our website, get the phone number. But I'm just telling you right now, you will not be sorry that you came on board with us. I wouldn't sell anything or promote anything that I don't use every day. And come to look at it, here's a chart on CL for a trade that if we would have taken this trade, we would have made about 90 bucks. Not a big deal, but at night, that's not bad. All right, everybody. We're going once, we're going twice. Everybody that put their name in, we're calling in the morning because everybody has to be called in the morning. You can call us too if you're interested. And, you know, we're going to keep the price the same till the end of the month. So that's all I got. So I thank you for attending the webinar this evening. We went just about an hour. So I hope to see everybody in the trade room. I know I'm going to have a bunch of new people tomorrow, but would like to see everybody in the trade room. All right, Jim, no problem. Roy will definitely give you a call in the morning and you can ask him all the questions. All right, everybody, have a good evening. Thank you again for listening to my presentation. I hope you learned something. Take care and look forward to working with you. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.